Lithuanian circus scene is still very small. It's developing very quickly, but we are still not even 20 artists yet that are living from circus creations. So it's very small, but a lot of potential.
In general, is all of the activities and everything we do is international because we are a regional network, and I would say the biggest value in that is the exchange of knowledge, experiences, and skills, where we all work together to try to develop contemporary circus in our countries and then in the region. And I think this is the most valuable part, where stronger or more established organizations meets smaller organizations with less resources, and they can share their experiences and help one another. So I think this is the biggest value. Of course, there are way more values, but I would say this is the biggest one and the most wonderful one to witness. Yes, and what kind of activities do we do? So we do something that we see is valuable for the whole region or the bigger part of it. So one big project that we have now is Articulate Pedagogy Network, which is a circus education project which involves 7 partners from, I think, 6 different countries in the Baltic Nordic region, and it has 4 big activities. So job shadowing activity, where different circus teachers go to different schools in different countries and shadow either a circus teacher or the organization, and learn something new and etc. Then we have master classes in different countries according to the needs of the community, because different countries have very different contexts and very different needs. So this activity tries to meet those needs according to different countries. Then we already had a summer camp of youth circus in Tallinn, where children that practice circus in their home countries from 5 different countries came to Tallinn, Estonia, and were doing circus together for a week. And as well, we will have taster sessions in Baltic countries, where Swedish company Caravan is coming to those Baltic countries and are facilitating a workshop around circus as a education mean, where teachers, sport teachers, youth workers, they learn that circus can be, it's not only an art form, but it can be a thing that helps you in your curriculum, in your job in general, just to teach kids, make them more interested in, just to learn easier. So this is, one example of what we do.
At the moment now we have 3 international projects going on. And as well we are having like our local activities. So we're having like inside the organization at the local level, we're having educational activities going on throughout the year. We have a residency program, as I've mentioned before, and we do also have a program called Open Space for Emerging Artists. Now it's a program for Lithuanian artists only. But on international scale, now we are participating in 3 international projects. One is called CIRQUE on Tour, is for contemporary circus. And it's happening right now from the end of 2023 to the beginning of 2024. So different venues, different festivals are picking Baltic circus performances, and they are presenting them during their festivals, or giving them residencies, international residencies. The one more international project is called Forestine, and this project is on educational side, because here different European partners are giving time, knowledge and skills for youngsters, for young people between 15 and 25 years old. to go to festivals, to understand theater, to discuss performing arts. And the third European project is called Babel of the Art. Babel, or the art of listening, and it's mainly dedicated for the ones that are creating for kids, like that are creating theater for kids. So for me, what I expected, and still what I expect from this meeting is to meet people live, because everyone can read on the web what different organizations and structures are doing, but it's different when you meet live, and you can search for some similar points of working out on some projects. So yeah, it's live connection, and I expect some connections to emerge to some projects, international projects, because Arts Printing House, we are always interested to cooperate on international level, to give more opportunities to Lithuanian and also Baltic creators and artists. And as we all know, like French contemporary circus scene is big, and the structures are big, and it's important for us to know the context as much as we can. So it's also not like meetings and connections and maybe future projects, but it's also about exchanges of how are things being done, in France and its context. So it's actually a lot to learn, and I hope this meeting will be like a starting point of something, bigger. Yeah.
So from this meeting, I expected, I think, connections, interesting conversations, and maybe to understand more their perspective, because, France and Baltic Nordic region is a bit, well, it's far, you can say, and I think we live in different contexts. So I think from time to time it's very important to meet together and kind of see what kind of similar points we have and what different points we have, and just try to meet somewhere in the middle, and just to get to know each other, those contexts better. So I expected really just to, get their perspective, meet people, make connections. And from past cooperations, I have, with one of the French delegation organizations, La Granerie, I have very positive experiences of, being a part of a big European project where I was relatively new at the job at a time. So that project gave me so much context of European contemporary circus organizations and the field, like the sector itself. I met a lot of people, I traveled to a lot of places, and then it was just amazing in building connections, meeting people, and understanding how things work in different countries. So I still remember that project very positively, and when I meet Jean-Marc and Hélène again, I'm like, it always brings like very nice memories, I would say. So only positive experiences.
Fun. I'm excited just to meet all these people that are so much working into circus field and passionate and bringing their own processes. This is the top best place to be, I think.
For us, it's not super, I would say, relevant, because we don't even have like we are not our organization is not built in one country. It's kind of like, it's not attached to a place, it's not attached to a building or an office. So it's like, in a sense, it does not really affect us, but of course it affects us in a maybe more abstract way. As you know, like three Baltic countries are in a real danger at the moment. So if something happens, then it will have some effect or repercussions, in that sense that maybe they won't be able to like do activities or for some time or something. It's like, for this time no, we are not affected, but we are very aware that it's very, like, you are living in an unknown a little bit, and it's not so stable, and there are some anxieties around it. Yeah, so this is the situation, I would say.
Yeah, I think it affects our structure from the point of view that people, like people's basic need is not a culture, unfortunately, right? So with the economical crisis and all the, and all of the other effects of the war going on just next to the Lithuania, we can really feel that people have less less capability of going to performances, of going to events, but of course not everyone. So it's we have to find a way to show such performances, arts, and do educational projects and other projects in such a way that could benefit people in this context. So I would say it's more about the to really know what we're doing and why we're doing now in this global context and regional context, and I hope that it will be the only matter of burden for us, and that it will not escalate further on, and that it will end soon.
I wish it would not affect me so much, but it actually truly disbalance the process, and it's really hard to find the feeling, oh, it really makes sense to have this funding and do some acrobatics for my own pleasure. It feels bizarre. Therefore, I do combine this diaper situation and the feeling that sometimes you are in a shit and you need the diaper come and support it, or you imagine then the diaper will come and will take your shit away, or you imagine that when you are in a big problem, someone will come and someone will save you. That's how it's in line with our idea that we are, as performers, in a difficult situation as a family, because it's so hard to combine having a child and managing projects, and we imagine that this diaper will come and will solve it for us. So it's so much about how much of hope that someone else will take an action and will solve our big issues, instead of being proactive and instead of taking the action yourself. So it's like this big philosophy behind. I think that's big influence from the situation that's now, if it's clear.
Thank you.